Hi, this is future editing Hayley here to pop in. I just want to say something before this video starts. This video is garbage. I just want to say that. I look like garbage. This video is garbage. For part of it, for a lot of it, I'm out of focus and you can't actually, my hand is like in focus and shit. It's hard to put myself in focus when Natalie is not here to help me because I was trying to use a mirror to put myself in focus in the camera and I don't have autofocus, so it's just. The video is just a fucking mess, dude. I just want to say that before going into this, but I also had a lot of fun filming it, and I think it's a really funny video, so I don't know, I just wanted to give a disclaimer before it starts. Clearly we get somewhere pretty fucking decent, okay? So just keep that in mind going into it. It's not the most amazing video that I've ever filmed, so just cut me some slack, man. I don't know. Alright, let's get into this hot fucking mess, dude.
Hello everybody, my name is Hayley. Welcome back to my channel. So I know today's video is something that is very different for me. I actually did do a makeup tutorial years ago for Asami Saldo from Lunch Nakora. It was a hot mess. I'm very glad that the video is deleted and gone. But today, if you haven't read the title yet, I'm going to be doing a kind of get ready with me kind of style makeup video because I went on Instagram stories last night. We were doing a Q&A. I love doing them. If you are not following me on Instagram or any of my social media for that matter, those are always linked down below in the description box. I highly recommend following me on Instagram if you want to keep up with me on a regular basis. But anyways, I was doing one last night and I posted, it was just a Q&A, and someone responded to it saying, Hayley, I really would love to see a makeup tutorial from you. And I did a poll, and I will put that on screen if I can here, and about 20 or 30 people voted on that poll, and if it's not still 100%, I will, again, put it on screen, but a lot of people were like, we want to make a tutorial, and I'm like, okay, I guess. I did not think a lot of people would care about that, and maybe a lot of you don't, but you guys clicked on the video for a reason, so if you don't like it, feel free to leave. And I know people are gonna ask me about this. If you have not seen the latest episode of Science Forbidden Love, in the card, in the description, next episode will be coming soon, and if you haven't seen my apartment tour, my life update video, in the description as well. Also, make sure that you have rang the bell right next to the subscription button. Jesus. Make sure that you hit the bell to make sure that you are notified every single time that I upload a video. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the makeup. So, just a disclaimer, if it was not obvious already, I'm not a makeup artist, I'm not a professional of any kind. This is just what I do personally. I don't wear makeup every single day, but the look that I'm going to be doing today is something that I would wear on a regular basis if I needed to go somewhere, if I'm hanging out with people and I don't want to be too out there. Today's look is not going to be groundbreaking or super interesting, I'm going to be honest. I do love my share of neutrals and warm tones when it comes to colors and cosmetics. If you have followed me throughout the last couple of years, you know that I loved wearing crazy colors, especially crazy lipsticks, and I do own colorful eyeshadows, I promise you, but I will not be using very colorful eyeshadows today. When I'm doing a very typical look for me with my eyes, it's something that can be very versatile. So if I do want to wear a really dark or bright lip, or if I just want to keep it all neutral and really sophisticated and elegant and grown up, this is what I do. And I don't do the exact same thing every single time, and I don't wear the exact same look every single day when I want to wear a neutral or more taken aback eye. This is just what I am just going to be doing today for the sake of demonstration and what I may do on a regular basis when I want to wear a neutral eye. So another thing I want to get out of the way today is that the palette I'm going to be using is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I also want to say I have Morphe brushes in this video. Morphe has no idea who the fuck I am. I am also not a beauty guru. I don't want to be a beauty guru. I don't plan to be one after this. But I do want to say I know that so many people who talk about Morphe are affiliated with them. They have some kind of code or whatever. I'm not a huge advocate for Morphe. I do like some of their products. But they don't know who I am. I've been offered sponsorships many times for YouTube, many times for Instagram. I just personally have chose not to because I don't think it's right to try and sell a product that I'm not 100% into. A lot of people who have reached out to me for sponsorships have been like, we need the video now or whatever, and I'm like, I haven't even had the chance to try your product. I don't think sponsorships in general are fucked up. I just think they should be genuine when they're done. And I haven't had a company reach out to me that hasn't like wanted something really genuine. And again, I don't like selling things to you guys. I'm not here to sell you something, I'm here to entertain you. But anyways, so I just want to say I bought this palette with my own money. I do really like this palette. I do really like Jacqueline, but we all saw those disgusting lipsticks and thank God I didn't buy them. But this is a palette that I do use regularly. There are really great mattes in here. I do own one of the Jacqueline Hill vaults. I know there was some like iffy things with them. The one that I personally was gifted works great for me, but if you were to ask me, Hayley, what eyeshadow palette do you use most of the time? It is the Morphe Jacqueline Hill palette, and so we will be using this today for all of the eyeshadows that we are using. So if you don't own this, you of course can use whatever you have that is similar, but just to get that out of the way. And again, I have Morphe brushes. I also have e.l.f. brushes, but nothing in here is sponsored. There's no affiliates. I'm just getting that out of the way right now. Oh my God, I've been talking for so long. This video is gonna be 5 million years long. Okay, so first thing that I would do, that I will just say off the bat, my skin type and all that. I have oily skin. I also, as you can see, have acne. I'm very prone to acne, but sometimes my skin can get a little dry based off the weather, based off my hormones, and just sometimes random shit. Sometimes your girl just needs to exfoliate her motherfucking face. So before I start my makeup, I have already done my skincare routine. I've cleansed and moisturized. But what I wanted to do on camera that I want to talk about, and mainly in relation to my eye area, is that I have very oily eyelids. Natalie did my makeup one time at her house and she did not prime my eyes, and like 10 minutes after she was done blending forever, it was a hot ass mess because of my oily eyelids. So I really tried to combat that. The first thing that I do to combat that is that I apply an eye cream, an eye moisturizer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because I learned in high school that sometimes what people will do to combat oily skin is that they will use either a gel moisturizer or a like more heavy duty moisturizer to combat the moisture that the skin may be deprived of. So I took that concept with just eye gels and eye creams. In high school, I used a water-based gel cream when I was younger. It was the Neutrogena Hydro Boost eye gel. But now that your girl is a little older, I'm turning 21 next month, and I'm not gonna look 21 forever, so I have kind of put my toe into the pool of the anti-aging game. So the eye cream that I've been using for the past couple months that I really do like is the Olay Total Effects 7 Effects Anti-Aging Eye Transforming Cream. That is a long title. Obviously, like, I don't have like major wrinkles or anything under my eyes. I do have like a little bit of like a sagger, a little hereditary wrinkle. I get it from my mom. It's gonna happen to me no matter what. And obviously I don't have like any huge aging like problems with my skin yet. So I'm not using this to combat that. But again, I'm not gonna be 21 forever, so I just want to keep my skin looking as good as for as long as humanly possible, and that includes my eye area. So I thought I would do this on camera. Oh God, okay. I'm gonna take my makeup mirror with me and I'm gonna put it below me and just do this real quick, friends. I did not expect my eye cream to be all over the place, like it's all over my lid right now. What?
I was gonna be a mess. I told y'all.
So I am just gonna take my ring finger. I'm sorry that I have nail polish missing on this finger. I'm so sorry. But I just dipped my ring finger into it once. I'm just gonna dot it underneath my eyes and then on my actual eyelids, because that's where my eyelids get oily, and then blend it in and just let it absorb for a few seconds. I hope I am in focus.
Moment in this video, you're in focus, Hayley.
And I pat it in with my ring finger just so I'm being nice and gentle, because I am not causing any wrinkles, or at least I don't want to. Like I said, I'm just taking a very tiny amount. The eye area is really small, so I don't feel the need to go in with like double scoop or whatever of eye cream. It's a really thin, really delicate area that I try to be careful with, so that's why I don't use a whole lot. But I just did want to do that on camera. Where is my lid for this eye cream? So I'm a person who does my eyes first because my eyes are the part of my makeup routine that takes the most time and like the most attention that I have to pay attention to. So I'm sorry, I'm just grabbing things. I'm getting in the way of everything today.
This video is a mess. Also, the next time you probably see me, because I have to go to work and stop editing the video, but I'm gonna probably look different the next time you see me. But did I say this video was a mess or not yet? Because it really is. I'm so sorry.
No. lip liner's going everywhere. I have a shit ton of my makeup behind me, guys. So I'm a person who does my eyes first, so I just like to prep that area first. The next thing I will do, especially since I am mostly going to be wearing matte lipstick today, I will prep my lips. The lip scrub that I use is the Bubblegum Lip Scrub by Lush. I have been using this for years. Not this exact container. This is like my 3rd or 4th container of this stuff. But mine is beat to all hell because I use it all the time. This video is gonna be so fucking long. And then right after a lip scrub, I will just follow up with chapstick. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care about which one I use. It's just whatever lip balm that I have. And I just do that to get my lips prepped while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. So like I said, I do my eyes first, and the first thing that I do before applying any eyeshadow is I will prime my eyes. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, like everyone's like favorite OG eyeshadow primer. I know that so many different drugstore brands have come out with eyeshadow primers, and so many people have tried to dupe this. But like I said, my eyelids are extremely oily. I have tried drugstore brands. I have tried people that say that like this is an exact dupe for Urban Decay. Nothing has come close to how well this keeps my eyeshadow on. Now I will say this, I have watery eyes sometimes. You know, sometimes I have motherfucking depression and I cry. So Urban Decay claims this is waterproof. There is no eyeshadow primer or whatever that is waterproof, at least that I have tried. But this is really, really great at keeping everything else on through everything else. I have sweat with wearing this, and again, my eyelids have gone so oily, but this is really great for working on the eyes. So let me grab my makeup mirror here again. I might have to, you know what, I think I'm gonna just use my little mirror here from my little Becca highlighter because I don't want to have like a giant ass mirror like just in front of the camera. So the one thing that I miss about the old eyeshadow primer packaging, because I started using this in 2015 I believe, I missed when it was just in a little squeezy tube, because then you could get the perfect amount of product. In fact, I'm gonna squeeze a little out of the top here and then take the wand and get it. It was just easier to get like the perfect amount that you wanted when using this, but like I said, it's still a great product that I really, really love and I recommend. Oh, I'm just using the original version. I know that there's like a few like tinted versions with like shimmer or whatever in it. I just use the original version. And then I'm gonna take my ring finger and just blend that in again. Okay, then the next thing I do is that I use tape. So I know that there's people like use like either shadow guards or stencils or something like that. I use tape to get a really sharp edge with my eyeliner and my eyeshadow because I am a messy ass blender and I like things to look clean and slick and snatched, whatever the fuck the term is. I don't know what the kids say nowadays. I feel like an old grandma sometimes. I just line it up with the like the edge of the tape. I match it going up from the very end of my eyelid to the tail of my eyebrow. I'll try to be able to show you guys. I'm gonna keep my mirror down so you can see it. And I gently tap it in. My God, this should not feel like your eyes being tugged on or hurt. If it is, take it off, start over. It shouldn't. I mean, it'll feel like tape is on your eye, but it shouldn't be like tugging or pulling at you. It shouldn't be like, ah, this is painful. I'm gonna do the same thing to my other eye. Boom, there we go. All right, so now I'm ready for eyeshadow. Like I said, I 9 times out of 10 on a regular basis use the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. Other eyeshadows that I love my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Lots of beautiful warm tones in there. And in the last couple of months, I finally got my hands on the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. Many beautiful colors in there. I don't even feel like I have to introduce that palette. But on a regular basis, this is what Hayley uses. So let me get my brushes here. So the first brush that I'm going to use today is from Morphe as well. It is the Morphe M518. I really like this brush because I feel like so many people like use really fluffy like crease or blending brushes, and I have really hooded eyes, so I do things to help with that. But since I don't have a lot of eye area to work with, I need my blending brushes to obviously like still be fluffy enough to blend my eyeshadow, but I don't want it to be so huge that it just goes all over the fucking place. So I really like that because it's small enough to not create a huge mess on my eyes, but it's gonna blend it up beautifully. So I'm taking that and I'm gonna go to the first color up here in the palette. This is, Why you gotta interrupt me? So the first color I'm gonna go with into my crease, which is my transition shade, it is this shade right here. This is called Silk Cream. And I am just gonna pick up a little bit on my brush, tap off that excess, take in my mirror here so I can see what the fuck I am doing. And I am just gonna blend that into my crease transition area with windshield wiper motions. And I just grabbed a little bit of this and not a lot. I will usually take Silk Cream when I'm like debating what the hell to do with my eye look that day. Do I want to stay really neutral? Do I want to go really smoky today? Do I want to go really warm? Do I just want to be boring and keep it basic? Stay tuned, we will find out. But today I'm going to have it kind of like my neutral eye and my warm kind of eye had a little baby together, because I am most likely gonna wear a red lip today, but sometimes I like to bring some warmth into it just to kind of shake it the hell up. All right, we are off to a good start. So like I said, I'm gonna bring a little bit of warmth into the neutral of the eye. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of a warmer transition shade, which is this shade right here. This shade is called Butter. And same kind of deal, taking up a little bit, tapping off the excess, and I'm gonna blend that into my transition crease area, my dudes. And I also want to say with the tape, if you've never done the tape trick before, I am purposefully going over this tape on the side of my eye, because if you try to avoid it with your eyeshadow or your brush, it's not gonna give you that really sharp outer area type of look. It's just gonna look like, it's gonna look really weird, trust me. Don't be afraid of the tape. The tape is there to be your friend. So again, making sure I'm just going into the crease with that. And I am going a little bit higher in my crease for my transition, since I do have hooded eyes and my eyelids naturally droop and make my eyes look smaller and more tired. Okay, now we're gonna bring a little bit more warmth into the look. Let me see what we're gonna do here. Let me look at our options. I'm gonna go into the shade directly in the center of the palette. That is the shade right here. It's called Roxanne. And again, just a little bit, same brush, tapping off quite a bit there. And again, same thing, transition area crease brush. I know, super complicated, exciting things here, my dudes. I kind of like to just start on the outer area and then bring the rest in. And for some reason today, my friends, it is collecting on the outer part right there. Why are you doing that? Blend, damn it. There we go, that's better. That's why I kind of like to start in the outer area, because I like the brightness of my eye, or like the least amount of color to be on the inner part of my eye, to help it look like my eyes are brighter and bigger, because my eyes are tiny. Same type of spiel, starting on the outer edge, bringing it into Hayley's crease like an adult. This video might be a hot ass mess when I'm editing it. I am sorry, but at least you can hear what I'm doing. I don't feel like what I'm doing is super duper complicated, so and I'm not a beauty guru. So then kind of now that I have like a warm type of neutral vibe going on in the crease, some people have been like, well, what do you do with the lid? Like, what do you like to do with it? And it really depends what kind of lip I'm wearing, what my outfit is. Like today, I'm wearing this red bodysuit from Torrid with a pair of denim shorts, because even though it's October, it is hot as shit here in Arizona. But I'm kind of wanting to wear a red lip to go with it today, because one of the things that you guys said after I posted that poll about the makeup tutorials, that you guys really wanted to know how I choose red lipsticks or how I wear them. So I think I'm gonna adjust my eye look to match a red lip today. So I don't want to go super warm all over. I do love that type of look, but I'm just not feeling that mood today. This is about like, what does Hayley typically wear on her mother effing eyes? So on the lid, since I am wearing a bright red lip or a darker type of red lip, I'm gonna keep the lid nice and shiny neutral. So sometimes I will put a matte shade on my lid, but today I want to go into the sparklies. So I'm kind of looking at this and I'm trying to figure out what to do. To be honest, I wasn't sure. I'm like, do I go copper? What do I do? Okay, so I've made a decision. So we are gonna go, I am gonna put, maybe I should. It's a little too pink, I don't know. Okay, this one we'll have to do. I'm gonna go into See, this is why I can't be a beauty guru. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. This is the shade called Faint. And I am gonna grab another Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M167. This is just the second brush that I've ever used. And I'm gonna first apply this eyeshadow dry, and then I'm gonna wet it and then apply more. So same thing. Like I said, I'm going into Faint with my Morphe brush here, picking up just a little bit, tapping it off. And the reason I'm applying it dry first is because I just want to base first. I know that I will want to eventually spray this later, but this is just what I like to do. So make sure I'm in a good angle here. Taking that brush, and again, it's not going to look that cute at first, but I am just applying it dry with this brush. This is not the most pigmented like eyeshadow ever. I mean, it's called Faint, and it's quite faint, sister, but I don't want it to be the most loud eyeshadow ever. I just kind of want it to put the cherry on top of everything, especially since I'm wearing like a bright lip and I don't want it to be distracted. Do the same thing to my other eye. Primer does help like kind of bring the intensity of it up, but again, like I said, I'm gonna wet this to make it look its best. Why is this eye better than that eye? These are my struggles, okay? Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and mist my brush now with that same color. What I use to wet my brushes is MAC Fix Plus, like everybody else in the entire world. I'm almost out of mine. I have a brand new one, and I'm sorry, this one is in the old packaging and it's really dirty, but this is my life. So what I will do, I'm wetting it away from the camera. And again, I will, there it is. You guys see that? It's actually way shinier than I thought it would be. I think I'm gonna have to go back in with some darker colors because that is like icy. I was not expecting to get that icy. Maybe I should have gone with the bronze on the lid. Oh well, too late now. This shade was a little bit icier than I expected for the lids. I wanted to kind of be laid back for my red lip, but you know what? That is okay, because we are gonna make it a little bit more taken aback. So taking that same Morphe M518 that we had earlier, I'm gonna bring a little bit more deepness into it. I'm gonna take the shade Roxanne again on that same brush, tapping off the excess. And I'm gonna bring some back into my crease just to blend out like any sharp edges or lines, and again to bring some more warmth back to my eyeballs. I am not, this is a little too icy for me. I might have to add a gold or something to this because it's a little too frozen Elsa vibes on my eyelid right now. What did I just do? Oh my god. See, this is the struggle, y'all. This is what happens to Hayley on a regular basis. This is why Hayley will never be a beauty guru. This is why Hayley will be a film student and a film creator and not a makeup artist. She will just be a sad attempter to do her own makeup like an asshole. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it looks horrible. It is just a little too icy frozen Elsa kind of mother effing vibe for me. Okay, I just cleaned all these damn brushes and now I can't find the one that okay, here we go. So this is the first e.l.f. brush of the whole video. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I just want to say, I think e.l.f. brushes are great for starting out, but the truth is that they just don't last that long. I've had to replace so many throughout the last couple of years because they just don't last that long, but some who are surviving are still in this video. So to kind of fix this situation, I'm just going to cover it up with a little bit more of a bronzier shade. I'm going to go in with the shade, what are you called? SBN, which stands for Smoky But Natural, a mood. I'm going to apply it dry as well. Tap off that excess. Let's see if I don't know if I will need to wet this or not to make it look better, but let's just see how it looks on top of that to make it look better. That is way better. I was debating using this shade. I should have just done that. I'm an idiot. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna wet this guy. I think this will do the job perfectly. Yes, that is what I wanted. Okay, so I would just skip applying Faint if you are actually following what the hell I'm doing. Just go in with SBN and put that on your lid. It will look way better. If you want to apply it wet, you can, but again, I don't want it to be standing out too much since I am wearing a red lip today. So I just want it to do its job. Okay. And then for the hopefully last mother effing time, again, Morphe M5110, going in with a tap of Roxanne, literally just a tap because I don't need a huge amount more. I just need to blend out the edge of me putting SBN in my eye area and just doing that a little bit. Again, I don't do the same look every single day. This is what Hayley is doing today to get by in her life. It would be really boring if I did the same thing every day. Not just with makeup, just in life. And sometimes I do the same things every day. Like I go to work every day and I do the same thing at work every day. But when it comes to makeup, I don't like doing the same thing every day because that is boring. Alright, so the majority of the eyeshadow and stuff is done. I personally don't like to do like highlighting of the brow or my inner corner like immediately anymore. I only do that like after my foundation and concealer are done and my eyebrows are done because I don't like, that's just the way I prefer it. But the next thing I'm gonna do is my eyeliner. And I think I might have to do this off camera because I don't think I'm gonna be able to like get a good shot of it, to be honest with you. I will try to, but please don't, like, if I suck at this, I'm sorry. So the way that I do my eyeliner is that I use two e.l.f. small angle brushes. Yes, the barrels are different. This one's just silver, this one's just black. They're the exact same brush. I use them together for two separate purposes. Yes, there still is tape on my eye. The eyeliner that I use is from the drugstore. I have loved this eyeliner for years and years and years. It is the Maybelline Eye Studio gel eyeliner in Blackest Black. It is waterproof, it is oily eyelid proof, sweat proof, all that fun stuff. But I do set it. I set it with Wet n Wild's single eyeshadow in Panther. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years, setting my eyeliner with gel. I used liquid for a really long time. This is just my favorite combo. However, I am horrible at applying just eyeliner in general. So that is part of why I use tape to do my eyeshadow, and I keep it on when I do my eyeliner. So again, I'm gonna attempt to do this on camera. We will see how this goes. So I always use the silver brush that I have to actually do my eyeliner. It's very messy because I use it every single time I do my mother effing makeup. And I obviously don't do my makeup like this like every single time I do my makeup. It's always in front of this mirror that I have. I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond years ago, but I'm going to switch it to the magnified side so that I can look real up close to see what the hell I'm doing. Usually I would do my eye makeup the exact same way, but again, for the sake of the video, I'm just looking into a tiny mirror. My eyeshadow looks pretty damn good today, so even with that. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I do have fallout under my eyes, which is another reason why I do my eyes first, because again, I'm super messy and it's annoying to clean up. And I'm gonna try to do this on camera. So I am just taking some eyeliner on my e.l.f. small angled brush. And another question that I have gotten throughout the last couple of years is why my eyeliner stops like halfway down my lash line, and that is because a few years ago I went to see a makeup artist at the Bare Minerals store, and I told her about how I have hooded eyes. I really want to open my eyes up, and a lot of you wonder, how do you do that with your eyes? How do you make them look so big and open? This is a secret that I do. I purposefully stop my eyeliner like halfway through, like halfway point down my lash line and at my eyelid, because it just opens up the eye area. And when she first did that on my makeup and she told me about it, at first I'm like, I don't know if that'll work. I've just been doing my eye, like I used to bring it in all the way to like to my inner corner for so long. I was just used to it, and of course like every makeup tutorial like has you do that. And I'm like, I don't know if that'll work or not, like in the long run. But I went home the next day, I did my makeup again, and I did it like that, and I'm like, this like makes a huge difference. So that's why I do that. So like I said, just taking my eyeliner brush and my gel eyeliner, and I'm just gonna start creating my wing. I'm using the tape to my advantage. Again, get it on the tape. The tape is your friend. You are sloppy like me and you are not good at eyeliner. Try the tape trick. It will save you some time and frustration 9 times out of 10. I also keep my lid closed so my eyeliner doesn't transfer to the top of my eyelid when I'm doing this. Let me get my schnoof together. So then I will go in and I will set my eyeliner, like I said, with Wet n Wild's Panther with another small angled brush. I will just pick that up, and just like how you would set foundation and concealer with powder, I'm just setting my gel eyeliner with the matching color eyeshadow. My lighting in this mirror is so damn weird, and I'm just setting it so that it does not budge or move all day. And after I do that, I can open my eye, and I'm not gonna take the tape off yet, but I will, don't worry. I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'm just gonna do the exact same thing to my other eye, and then I will take the tape off and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I just did my other eye. I just readjusted my focus, so I hope it looks better, but right after I do my eyeliner, always peel up, never peel down when you do the tape trick or else you will fuck all that up. Then I will very gently peel off the tape, and I haven't actually looked. Let me look in the mirror behind me. See, it looks good. I look way better. Hold on, let me throw away. So actually what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go throw away these pieces of tape. I'm gonna clean up the fallout from underneath my eye. I'm also gonna run my beauty blender, and then I will be right back and we will continue. So I will be right back in a second. Okay, so I have returned. So as you can see, after doing my eyeliner, it takes me from like a 6 to 8.5, right? And what I was about to say before I got up is that some people can get away with like doing, I'm just wearing foundation and powder and blush and I have no makeup on. If I don't have like some kind of eyeliner or whatever on, I look really weird. And if I can't wear eye makeup basically, then Hayley just won't wear makeup. Hayley doesn't do a 5-minute face. It's all or nothing. That's how I am, because that's just the way that I need to look good. So one of the questions that I always get asked when I post selfies or pictures is what foundation am I wearing, because I am a very pale person and it's only been in the last couple of years that companies have made foundations in my skin tone. So in a very old Q&A video that I have privated because I say very cringy things in it, someone asked me in that Q&A what foundation I usually use, and I'm like, I'm not a beauty guru, but the foundation that I always used was the original Maybelline Fit Me, and then a couple years after that came out, they came out with Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I am still the exact same shade, and this is still my absolute favorite foundation of all time. I am in the shade 110. There are actually way lighter shades than even this one now, so if you're paler than me, they have more shades, and if you are a beautiful, gorgeous, deep skin tone, they have plenty of those now too. So I'm debating using this today. I just have some other foundations here now that more brands have made foundations that can match me, or more brands that I love but I mix in to make my own skin tone fit me. Another Maybelline one from the drugstore is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage. I love this foundation. I am in the shade, what are you? 102. So this is a way more full coverage than this guy. The shades are pretty much identical on me. I will say though, this can look just a little cakey, so be careful with it. Use some Fix Plus and something with some moisture to bring it back to you. Another foundation that I love is actually by L'Oreal. This is the first L'Oreal foundation that has ever matched my skin tone. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, and I'm in the shade 400, which is weird. I'm usually like 100 shade. What the fuck is my shade called? Is there no actual name for my shade? I don't think there is. I'm just in the shade 400, I guess. But this is beautiful. I have loved wearing this in recent time. This has an SPF of 25. These don't have a fragrance or an SPF in them. Yeah, no, Fit Me doesn't have an SPF in this. This has an SPF of 25. There is a fragrance in this though, so I would be really careful if you have sensitive skin. My skin is kind of sensitive, but I'm not sensitive to fragrances. But if your skin is sensitive to fragrances, stay clear of this one. It does dissipate after a little bit, but it is in here, so just be aware of that. And then two foundations that don't match me that I do have to mix in is another L'Oreal foundation. This is the shade 101 Classic Ivory. Is a little too deep for me, just for reference. If you're like, wait, that could match you. No, it couldn't. I have to mix it in with something that's a little too deep, but it's a little too peachy. But this is a beautiful foundation. I usually wear this in the summer when it is 115 degrees and I'm oily and I'm sweaty as hell. I'm not going to wear this today because it is, even though it's warm today, it's not that kind of weather. It is fall weather, thankfully. And then I think my absolute favorite high-end foundation, and one that I really have fallen in love with, but and there is a shade lighter than this one that I currently own. There wasn't when I bought this, but it is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation if I'm going to a special occasion or somewhere really humid, or again it's really hot and I need something that is gonna last through it. It is Double Wear. I will always reach for this, but This is the shade Cool Bone. They now have a shade lighter than this that I do want to try, but I am not going to throw this out because this is expensive and I'm going to use up every drop of it that I can. So I always have to mix it with one of the lighter foundations. Actually, my favorite combo is Super Stay and Double Wear when I'm mixing them together. People are like, oh, maybe is Super Stay a dupe for Double Wear? They're both really full coverage, but Double Wear looks a little bit better and lasts a little bit longer than this guy. But to figure out which foundation I'm gonna wear today, I have really been enjoying this foundation, so I'm gonna wear this guy today. But before I do that, let's talk about primers. So like I said, I have oily skin. My favorite face primer to prep my oily skin used to be the Milani Prime Shield Face Primer, and I'm saying used to be because this is the newer tube that I bought. They changed something with the formula of this guy. Now it pills on my skin. It does not control any of my oil. It is just really weird now. I don't know what Milani did, but now I'm sad because I can't use it anymore. But my favorite high-end primer for oily skin is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Face. I don't know exactly off the top of my head what it's called, but I will use some kind of, usually I will use some kind of like oil control primer with my makeup. Again, the Milani one just not working for me, so I'm actually not going to use one today because I don't currently own one. But I will also always use MAC Fix Plus. So I'm gonna step away from the camera when I do this because I don't want to get any moisture on it. That Fix Plus is getting towards the end of its lifespan, so it's not going to last very long. But like I said, we are using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte today. I do own a beauty blender that we are going to use in a sec, but I really love using brushes for my foundation when I need full coverage and I'm breaking out today and my skin is a little more pigmented today because of my hormones, so I'm going to use a brush to get the most coverage. And again, the brush I'm using today is the Morphe M439. The foundation brush that I used to use is the e.l.f. Flat Top Powder Brush. I now only use this to blend out like body highlighter or something like that, or body makeup. I love this foundation brush now because I just really love how the handle feels in my hand. It's nice and big. It's really soft. I was about to say it's really soft at the tip. Hayley, stop it. It's a good brush, okay? I like the brush and we're gonna use it today. We're gonna just stop there. Oh my god, I'm just... Okay, so I'm gonna take 3 pumps for now. This is a really liquidy foundation, by the way. I'm gonna take 3 pumps for now on the back of my hand and take in my makeup mirror again. This is just a weird ass setup, y'all. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna take off the back of my hand with my ring finger and I am just gonna dot this all over my face. I used to take my brush just straight to the foundation on the back of my hand, but I really like doing this now, whether I use a beauty blender or a brush. It just looks real good to me. And I am gonna get my neck, even though this foundation matches me pretty much perfectly, because my chest is exposed and just, I don't know, I just feel better like blending it into my neck. But I don't really look when I blend my neck because I don't really feel the need to. My neck is probably the thing that I care the least about. I'd rather the pores on my actual face look really good because that's what I care about. I remember when I was getting ready for my high school graduation, I accidentally got foundation like on this part of my hair. It was a moment. I'm like, fuck no. I had like bright red hair then too. I'm like, my hair is not gonna get ruined for my high school graduation. I don't remember what foundation I wore for my high school graduation. Probably my Fit Me. Actually, yeah, now I remember I wore my Fit Me foundation because I'm like, this is the foundation I wore all throughout high school, so I have to pay homage to it, even though no one gives a fuck. Hayley, calm down. On that out. Fantastic. One of my best friends since childhood, Ivory, is a freelance makeup artist, and I don't know if she is proud at me in this very moment whenever she's watching this video, or if she is screaming at me. She's like, bitch, you are not doing anything right. There is foundation about to go into my eyebrow. I'm an adult. I can pay for an apartment. I can manage a somewhat full-time, I could somewhat manage a full-time self-employed job and being a full-time student. But can I keep foundation out of my eyebrows? Nope. Can I do anything right with my makeup? Nope. Can I do anything right in life? Nope. I'm sorry if people are trying to actually learn something from this video. Y'all are probably so disappointed. Oh, and I got my eyeshadow caught in it. I'm great. This is what I'm talking about. Why do you guys want to learn from me? Oh, I didn't even say the coverage of this foundation. This is like a medium-ish coverage. The Fit Me is like a medium, like you could sheer it out if you wanted to and then build it up if you really want to. But now we are going to head into the magical world of concealer. So for a long time, I had only used the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Fair. I have tried the Maybelline Age Rewind in Ivory, and you know what, that is a great concealer, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't like I need this for the rest of my mother effing life. I used the Fit Me concealer for so long because again they just didn't make pale enough concealers for me, but I have kind of retired her from my routine because in recent years when I've bought the concealer, I think I've gone through like 10 of those concealers, to be honest with you, literally. But in like when it gets toward the end, like after you've had it for a few months, it oxidizes in the tube, it becomes a little orange, the shade darkens a little bit, and I need a really pale concealer under the eyes and like if I need to brighten anything up. So after a lot of debate, I'm like, do I want to try a high-end concealer? Do I want to try, because I had tried Age Rewind and I was just not blown out of the water. So I'm like, okay, everyone talks about Tarte Shape Tape. Let me buy a little baby travel size and I will give it a try. So that's what I have right here. If you are wondering what shade I am in Fair Neutral, and again, this is the travel size. It's only like $10, I believe, if you want to give it a shot. And now I know what the hell everyone is talking about because it is a beautiful concealer. So that's what we're going to use today. Like I said, the shade I am using is Fair Neutral. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm using a full coverage foundation, I will only put this underneath my eyeballs. But on a day like today where maybe I have a few breakouts I need to cover up, I do have a few breakouts like around my mouth area and my chin area, so I'm just gonna pay a little attention to that. I blame Natalie's boyfriend for making me speak in a country bumpkin accent from every time to time. I can't fucking, okay. But what I'm gonna take to blend that out is the black Beauty Blender, or the Beauty Blender Pro. I did dampen this, and I'm gonna go under the eye. That's another thing that I do to really get a sharp edge on my eyes and lift them up. I conceal over here as well to make sure that there's no darkness or whatever underneath my eyeballs so that I look somewhat decent. This video is a hot ass mess. Is anyone still watching this video at this point? If you are, you deserve an award. Comment down below. Again, Ivory is either screaming at me or maybe she's proud of me. I have no idea. We will find out together, friends. Maybe Natalie's screaming at me. Natalie started cosmetology school, so she's learning about hair and makeup and nails and all that, so she probably knows more than I do at this point. So she's either screaming at me or she's proud of me. We will find out together again. So after I do that, of course, I need to set my eyes so that my concealer does not crease, especially since I have my hereditary lines under my eye. What I use to set under my eye is, again, the Maybelline Fit Me. It is the loose powder, not the pressed powder, and I'm in the shade Fair. I don't use this to set my whole face. I just use this to set my under eyes. And I'm not gonna bake or anything like that. I'm just setting the concealer. So I'm just picking it up on my Beauty Blender, and I'm just gonna press it underneath my eye, and I am just pressing it into the skin, make it just melt into the concealer. This is a beautiful powder. I know so many people love this powder. I don't use it for the full face because I use another powder for my face, but it is a beautiful powder to set the under eye. I have set it with the face. I'm not saying it's not beautiful on the face. I just prefer another powder that I'm about to use to set the rest of my face makeup. I'm actually going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder. This is my favorite drugstore powder. This is great for oily skin. There's no shimmer or anything like that in here. This is matte. The old Fit Me powder used to have a little bit of shimmer in it, and I did not realize that till years later. But the brush that I'm going to use is actually one of my favorite Morphe brushes, and this is the Morphe E41. It is a huge, nice, fluffy, diva-ish powder brush. I love how in like old Hollywood movies, or like when you see like women like powdering their nose with like huge powder puffs or powder brushes. I wanted one of my own, and I saw this huge one at the Morphe store here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and it's so soft. But this is actually my second one. If you guys are following my Instagram stories, you know that the first one that I bought, I was cleaning it one day and I literally pulled all the bristles out, and I'm like, and that had not happened to any of my other Morphe brushes. But luckily the store employees were like, oh my god, that's not normal, like we'll totally refund you. And then I bought a new one after I moved, and I've had it for a little bit and so far no problems, but it is a great brush and I really like it. But enough rambling, Hayley motherfucking set your face. So I'm gonna just pick up a lot of powder and I am just gonna press that into my skin to just set everything, and then I will brush it down because I naturally do have little peach fuzz sometimes on my face. I shaved my face the other night, so I don't have a whole lot. I'm gonna get my nose here. I'm already sweating because I have the above fan off here in this room. It's kind of warm in here since I have the light on above in that fan there, but I am just doing what a girl's gotta do for the video. And then recently I just will kind of jump into the rest of my face makeup. Let's talk about a Morphe brush that I hate real quick. This is the Morphe M105. This is I bought this to replace my e.l.f. blush brush because it's kind of at the end of its lifespan. The bristles in the center are kind of deformed, so I was looking for a new one with a similar shape, and I love the shape and I love like the handle, it feels good in my hand, but these bristles are so dry, they're scratchy, and it sheds like if I do this, and of course it's not doing it right now, but like whenever I clean it, it sheds like a biatch. So don't get that one, it's not worth it. I still need to find a new blush brush, but I really like the shape of these type of blush brushes. I don't like the angle ones, and I don't like ones that are really big. The one time I will say I don't want anything really big in my life. Hayley, stop it! So my camera randomly decided to stop recording on me for a second. I was talking about blush. So the blush that I am using today is NARS's Orgasm, like the OG blush that every fucking person owns. And again, I'm taking that on a e.l.f. Just blush brush. What was I about to say? I feel like I was about to say something else. I know what I was about to say. I do own the NARS Orgasm lipstick and gloss, which are beautiful, that I totally recommend. But I definitely don't try to go overboard with the blush, or else I can look like a clown, and I don't want that. But it really is such a pretty blush. Now we are gonna get into contouring. So another brush that I really love from Morphe is the Morphe M405. This is what I use to contour. I prefer like angled brushes like this when I am personally contouring, and what I personally use to contour is the Wet n Wild contour kit in Dulce de Leche, and I obviously use only one color. This is a highlight shade for people who are not my shade of skin tone. I've tried to use this to set my under eyes, but this also looks really chalky on me. I don't like using this as a under eye setting powder or a highlighter, but I do love the contour shade. I used to use the e.l.f. contour kit for a long time, but that made me look so gray and cascady eventually, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life with this contour? So then I tried the e.l.f. one, which I was really afraid of, like really warm like contour shades like looking orange on me for a long time, but this one looks really good. So the way that I contour is that like I do the fishy face and I go a little bit above that line, because if I go a little bit too low, it looks like I have a beard, and I don't want to look like I have a beard. So I just take a little bit of contour powder and my brush, I do the fishy face, and then I just go in, you'll see. And then I will take a little bit that I have left of my brush up here on the forehead, and then I will grab a little bit from my palette again, and I will tap off a little, and then I will bring it here along the jaw because I have a double chin and I like to disguise it sometimes. Also, shout out to the people who like to say that my double chin is disgusting in some of the comments on my social media, and about how I'm apparently disgusting because I have skin and fat under my jaw. It is none of your motherfucking business if I have a double chin or not. The world is still slowly dying, and we should focus on that. But I do like to disguise it sometimes for pictures. I know that sometimes I look a lot thinner in pictures, and you know, just to address another thing a little bit, I know that I have gained weight in the last couple of, like, I've gained really in the last year and a half I've gained weight. I'm aware, you guys don't have to tell me, I'm very aware that I have gained weight in the last year and a half. I gained weight, I've actually lost about 6 pounds since I have moved out, and I was gaining a lot of weight because of my family's eating habits. My mom was providing me with my meals for when I lived at home, and a lot of the times we ended up eating out because she just didn't either have time to go to the grocery store, or I did not have time to cook, or she did not have time to cook. And since I have moved out, I have almost exclusively done nothing but cooking since I have moved out. And that's why I've lost weight. And it's been a goal of mine to lose weight since I moved out, because I know I've gained weight, and I know that I already feel a lot better since I've been losing weight. And you know, some people do point out, it's like, you look different in your pictures, you don't look the same in person or whatever. And you know what, it's not that deep. Like, obviously, like, I'm gonna want to look thinner when I take pictures. I'm gonna want to look thinner. Oh, I'm contouring my nose, just an FYI. I'm using the brush that came in my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I'm using like the pencil side to just put down my contour shade, and this part just to blend it out. Of course I want to look thinner in my pictures when I take pictures, because I want to look the best that I can. But I don't hide the fact that I am a plus size woman. A lot of people might think that I lie about my size. On my top, I am a size 14 because my boobs are tiny. I'm a 40C in my bra size, if you were wondering. And my ass basically is a size 16. My top used to be a 12 and my ass used to be a 14. I'm now a 14 on top, but I am a 16 on the bottom. And you know what? I'm not ashamed of that. Again, was my health the best and my diet the best in the last couple of years? Absolutely not. Am I cleaning up my diet now and making better choices for myself now? Yeah. Am I gonna eat certain things every now and again? Like, I made cookies the other day for my friends. Yeah, I am. Am I still a gorgeous person whether my ass is a 16 or a 14 or a 12 or a 20 or whatever? Yeah, I am. Do I love my body, whether whatever size I am? I absolutely do. Even if I contour my jaw and my double chin, I still love my body. I love my skin. I'm very lucky to have this body and to have my life that I can live here with all of you. And I didn't really talk about this. I know I put a clip in my last video where I told Jacqueline Glenn and David Michael Frank in a letter that my ex-boyfriend body shamed me. And that really affected me. It really brought my confidence down, and I don't want to get into it too much, but I really had to learn to fall in love with myself again after that. So I've had to learn to fall in love with myself in the last couple of years. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, let me explain. So I'm using another Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M510, and I'm using it with my favorite highlighter ever. This is the Becca Pressed Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl, because I'm really pale. Another highlighter that I love is from ColourPop. I believe it's called Flexitarian or something like that. It's a cream highlighter. I'm using a powder because, again, I have oily skin. I want to set my face with powder to make my things last long enough. But also, I really love this specific highlighter, even though it's expensive, because I really love a sophisticated glow. I feel like a lot of highlighters, when they're really shimmery and pigmented, can sometimes look a little like, you know, a little like they can emphasize my texture or just look like really glittery. And even though I love that look, I don't love it like on myself on a regular basis, which is why I really love the Becca one. And I feel like we all know how to highlight our mother effing faces, right? I think some people should just wear highlighter, and that's it. I think everyone should wear a highlighter. It doesn't matter who you are. Highlight your best friend. Highlight your man, highlight your best friend's man, or your girlfriend, or your partner, or who fucking ever. Wear a highlighter. It's good for the soul. But it's the only thing that you're gonna wear that day. Wear a motherfucking highlighter. Highlighter. Who am I? Anyways, the point that I was trying to make is that, like, I've had to learn to really fall in love with myself for a long time after I realized that I was being abused and my abuser body shamed me. And when I was with my boyfriend, I thought that someone finally loved me for who I was and what I looked like, and it wasn't because they were pitying me or something like that. And what I realized at the end of our relationship, when he apparently had a problem with me being a plus size woman the entire time that we were dating, and that he was falling in love with me, so he tried to get past it or whatever, that really fucking hurt, as you can imagine. And it really messed with my confidence for a little while. But you know what? And I did gain weight during that relationship. I did. And I'm not saying it's bad for someone to be concerned for my health or my well-being during a relationship. I'm not saying that at all. But he would try to say that he was concerned for my health, but then he would follow it up with saying, oh, you know, sex would be just way more enjoyable if you were smaller. That is an actual thing that was said to me. Oh, by the way, I am highlighting with an e.l.f. blending brush with the first shade in this palette called In Light, and I am just putting it under my brow bone and in my, oh wait, I haven't even done my eyebrow yet. Hayley, do your fucking eyebrows before you do this. See, this is what happens when I start talking. I get distracted and I do things wrong. So what I am using to do my eyebrows is my Benefit Ka-Brow eyebrow pomade. This is waterproof, sweatproof, all that fun stuff. I'm using the brush that comes with it, and I am in the shade 4.5, if you were wondering. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing for someone to be concerned about my health, but he would purposefully say things that would talk about my body and how it would affect him, and I don't even know. It was just a whole mess. So the point is, I had to learn to fall in love with my body again and fall in love with myself after that relationship had ended in a shitstorm. And now that I'm trying to get comfortable with dating again and getting comfortable with myself again, I'm trying to, I really don't want to, like, I guess we're just going fully into this subject. Jesus. Some guys are interested in me because they fetishize my body, which is really gross and weird. And not that I don't want anyone to appreciate my body, obviously. I want someone to. I just don't like being fetishized. I am a person, not a fucking piece of meat or a fleshlight. Just fucking saying. So I can't wait to be with someone who will love me for who I am and will not fetishize me or be with me because they want to get past some kind of liability or whatever, because my body is fucking beautiful, and if someone doesn't think that, then they shouldn't be with me, and I don't want to be with them. And that is all I'm gonna say about that. That is enough. I'm gonna get myself in trouble if I talk anymore, probably. Okay, so I just did my eyebrows. I'm gonna close the lid on my eyebrow pomade, and then taking In Light from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm gonna highlight underneath my brow. Really is a beautiful highlight shade. I really love In Light. I don't like a crazy highlight underneath my brow bone. I just like it to just do what it's gotta do, you know? And then same thing, just a little bit on my inner corner. It's really important that I highlight my inner corner because it just opens up the eye and makes me look so awake, dude. And then the last bit of eyeshadow that we are gonna do today is that we are actually gonna take that first crease brush that we used with the little bit of Roxanne that we have. If you want to use a smaller clean brush to do this, you absolutely can. In fact, actually, I think that is what I'm going to do today because I want to kind of be precise with this color. I don't want it to be too messy. I am going to take an e.l.f., what is this? The e.l.f. Small Precision brush. It's a little bit bigger than the other e.l.f. brush that I had. It's really tiny, and you could totally use this as a lip brush if you wanted. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Roxanne, tap off the excess, and put that on my lower lash line. Just smoke it out just a tiny bit. Sometimes I'll use the excess on a crease brush to really smoke it out and fan it out, but I don't really want to smoke it out and fan it out too much today, so I'm taking a really tiny brush and just doing it. And again, I'm using Roxanne from the palette to do that. And I think I'm gonna touch up my inner corner highlight just a little bit because I think I got a little bit of that color in my inner corner. A little bit more just to make sure we're good. And that is it for eyeshadow. I know this is a long ass process. I am sorry. So my eye makeup is almost done. So the next thing I am gonna do off camera, because well, I could try it, I don't know. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curl up my eyelashes. I'm gonna use my Tarte Picture Perfect eyelash curler, and I feel like everybody knows how to curl their damn eyelashes. Actually, no. Hold on, I'm gonna try this again. I usually, again, do this with my magnifying mirror, but I'm not gonna, so that you guys can actually see what the hell I'm doing. And I'm just gently pumping my eyelash curler, if you are wondering. So fun fact, one of the first times Natalie came over to my house, I think it was our best friend tag that we filmed, I did her makeup for that video, and I tried to curl her eyelashes, and she's like, get that torture device away from me, sister. So to this day, Natalie does not know how to curl her eyelashes, and I don't think she wants to. I mean, she's gorgeous without a stitch of makeup, and she does not need an eyelash curler to make her eyes look better. Natalie's eyelashes are like 10 times better than mine, and it's not fair. Because when we first met, she was not into makeup at all, or beauty at all, and when I started introducing her to makeup, because I was the same way. I used to hate it, and then I slowly got into it when I wanted to do looks for like Halloween, or if I just wanted to look pretty. And when I was introducing her to it, okay, my camera battery is gonna die. So I feel like everyone knows how to put on mascara, but when I was introducing makeup to her, she was not really into it, and I'm like, you have gorgeous eyelashes and cheekbones, like why are you not using them to their potential? But I feel like everyone knows how to put on mascara, so I'll just say real quick what mascara I'm using. The mascara that I always use on my top lashes is the Maybelline The Rocket Volume Waterproof Mascara in Black is Black, and the mascara I'm going to put on my lower lashes is the Maybelline Lash Discovery Waterproof Mascara, also in Black is Black. I only use this on my lower lashes because the brush is really tiny, and I'm really clumsy with giant mascara brushes on my lower lash line, so I use one that's really tiny. I'm gonna put on my mascara and I will be back for my lips. Okay, so just to kind of catch you up to speed, so my camera battery was dying and I was gonna do my lipstick next, and after I filmed this video I was gonna eat lunch anyway, so I'm like, you know what, I'll let my camera battery charge, I'll eat some lunch, and then I will come back and do my lipstick because my lipstick was gonna get messed up when I ate my lunch anyway. So here we are. It's a little bit later. It's about an hour later ever since, actually no, it's a half an hour. It's about an hour since I started filming. So what people ask me a lot when we talk about red lipsticks, when they ask me about red lipsticks and which ones that I like, what is my favorite brand? I think lipsticks are what I have the most of in my makeup collection. I don't own a lot of eyeshadows, but I own a lot of lipsticks. And back in the day, I used to rock, when I rocked like really like colorful lipstick, I rocked blue lipstick. So whenever you see me in blue lipstick, besides one, there was only one video where I wore like blue lip gloss, but anytime you see me with like bright pure blue lips, it is, even though like logo is worn off of this is Jeffree Star's Blue Velvet. I wore this during my entire film How It Goes. It is so well loved. There's barely anything left in this. I'm gonna get a new one and a matching lip liner for this soon now that Jeffree has lip liners, but this is almost completely empty. But if you ever wanted to know when I'm wearing blue lipstick, it is Jeffree Star Blue Velvet. The other Jeffree, I have a lot of Jeffree liquid lips, but a nude that I love from Jeffree is a nude from his holiday collection last year. It is Can't Relate, which is a saying that I say a lot, and it is a beautiful nude. I've worn this a lot of times on Instagram. And a red that I love from one of my favorite reds is Red Rum. So when we talk about reds, I really love either neutral or blue based reds because they just look way better with my skin tone and they make my teeth look whiter. So Red Rum is a nice neutral blue mixture. I would say it's more neutral than blue tone, but if you want a just straight up neutral beautiful red lip, Red Rum is great. It is not, I will say though, whenever I wear a red lipstick or if I'm wearing it like on a date or with somebody, this is not the most long lasting. It does transfer a little bit. My favorite long lasting red lipstick, which is a liquid lip, is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in Pioneer. This is a 100% blue based red. Oh, I'm dropping it everywhere. This is the one that I'm gonna wear today. I absolutely love this color. Just off the top of my head, another one that I love, this is the lip liner version of it, but I also love Urban Decay's Bad Blood. It's a comfort matte lipstick. It is beautiful. My two favorite like just twist up lipsticks of all time are Maybelline's Very Cherry and Red Revival, I believe that's what it's called. But when I'm wearing a red lip and I'm gonna be eating and drinking or maybe kissing somebody, I will always wear Pioneer because it lasts a really long time, it doesn't transfer, and it's absolutely beautiful. So that's what I'm going to wear today. So since I'm wearing a liquid matte lipstick, if I hadn't already exfoliated my lips, I definitely would. I am going to line my lips with Urban Decay's Bad Blood, which again I do use with the actual Bad Blood lipstick, but today I'm going to use it for my liquid lip. So I believe this is already sharpened. No, it's not. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna go sharpen this real quick. Hold on. Okay, I have returned. So I went and I sharpened my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Bad Blood, and like I said, I am using Maybelline Superstay liquid lipstick in Pioneer. So I'm gonna take a tiny little mirror, and I actually will use my magnifying mirror again to do this, but for again the sake of the video, I will do this real close up here with all of you. And my Cupid's bow is really prominent. I'm sure there is a different way to light a Cupid's bow out there on the internet if yours is not as prominent, but mine is, so I just go ahead and line that. I do kind of fill in under the Cupid's bow as well, just to create a base and to again prevent feathering. My dad is texting me. And then another question that I sometimes get when I post pictures of lipstick, if my lips are fuller in one picture in one picture and not another picture, I'm asked if I got lip injections or not. So literally my memory card on my camera is full, so this is just how it's gonna have to be for the time's sake being. As I was saying, I don't have filler, I don't want any filler or anything like that. I don't really overline on my top lip because sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't always feel the need for it. I do always overline my bottom lip because it looks poutier and that way it does look fuller. If you don't know how to overline your lips, I'm honestly not the person to ask. You just like kind of just go along like the very outer edge to make it look a little bit fuller. There are way better like tutorials on the internet on how to do that. Don't ask me. I am not a professional. This video is like a hot ass mess. Tell me in the comments below what your favorite color of lipstick it is for me to be in. I've always been curious about that. If for some reason my line wasn't super straight, I do go back in and clean it up with concealer or foundation or whatever. But today it looks pretty good. I don't have anything that I'm like, I usually can sometimes get away with cleaning it up with my finger. So then after I do that, I will go in again with my liquid lip of choice. Like I said, I am using Maybelline's Pioneer. I'm just gonna give it a shake. I usually do my top lip first, by the way, and I will again do my Cupid's bow. I will try to get closer here so y'all can see me. And I will go over the lip liner a little bit. I just kind of use my lip liner as a guideline because I'm not a person who can apply liquid lipstick like well enough with just an applicator or a wand or whatever. That is not me. I am not that skilled. I can't talk and do this at the same time. And I try not to make my Cupid's bow look like two triangles. When I do the liquid lip, I will curve it out to make it look like an actual fucking Cupid's bow. Phone has 10 minutes of space in it and it's been 3 minutes since I have tried doing my lipstick. If putting on my lipstick takes 10 minutes, that is sad. This video is a fucking mess. Just a heads up, if you have never worn the Maybelline Super Stay liquid lipsticks before, they are a little bit tacky. They're not like sticky and like uncomfortable. If they were, I would not wear them at all. But they are a little bit tacky even after they dry down. So if you don't like that, these won't be for you, but I don't really mind it. The Jeffree ones are really, really comfortable, which is why I like them and I have a lot of them. I think I did pretty damn good today. I'm really happy with that. And that is basically it. What I will do right after that is I will spray my face with Fix Plus. But my Fix Plus is currently behind you guys to stand you the fuck up. For the sake of the video today, the only thing that I'm gonna spray my face down with is my Urban Decay All-Nighter. I have used the De-Slick spray in the summer when it's very oily, when I'm very oily and I'm very sweaty. But on a regular basis, I use All-Nighter. So I'm just gonna give this a real quick shake and spray my whole face down. Good thing my camera wasn't near me when I did that. And I usually have like a piece of paper or a piece of like mail that I would just fold in half and I fan myself with. But I keep forgetting to like save a piece of my mail to use from now on to do this because I don't have like an actual like paper fan to do it. So this has been my life whenever ever since I've been doing my makeup in this apartment. But here, let me pick you up. That is basically it. And you know, even with my phone camera, I feel like I look pretty bomb diggity. A lot of people were wondering what lipstick I was wearing when I met Jaclyn Glenn. That was the same lipstick. So if you want that lipstick, that is it. I didn't wear the same eyeshadow when I met Jaclyn Glenn, but it's this lipstick. I really love this lipstick. It looks really good. But yeah, that is, this video is a mess, but you guys wanted it. Just remember that. You asked for it. So
here it is in all its messy glory. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. And again, please hit that bell and check out all the videos and the products that I am going to list in the description box of the video. And go ahead and leave a comment and tell me if you made it through to the end and that this wasn't as painful for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel and my videos. If you want to see more videos like this, again, tell me in the comments and make sure that you follow me on all of my social media in the description box as well. I will see you guys later. I love you so much. Bye-bye.